Okay, so here we are starting our first class here at the North American Show. These are our junior yearling juniors. We have our all other purebred does. Two nice little Oberhausen type does here to start off with. We've got a little more body capacity in one going over two. She's a little wider in that chest. She carries that depth back in the flank a little more and has a really nice openness of ribbing. It is primarily for that body that she does excel over two very similar type does in general appearance and levelness and top and dairy, but for greater width and depth, arch and escutcheon, 1 over 2.
You can stick that in your back pocket.
Okay.
In our AOP late junior kid class, first place goes to entry 3, Luby's Ari, exhibited by Jerry Lubyhusen, Elnora, Indiana. Second place to entry 2, Overboard Dothraki, exhibited by Hope Man, Salina, Ohio.
Okay, these are early juniors, and we're in all of the purebred class. Starting off with kind of two pair of doelings out here. This first place, though, just tops the class. She has that general appearance advantage in that she's just a longer from hooks to pins, more uphill stature doe, really nice body capacity as well. So for the general appearance and body, she is going over 2. She's going to yield a little bit to the dairy strength that we have on our second place doeling. It is, however, for, again, that greater width and depth and body, that 2 is going up over 3. A nice doe, this is a sable here in our third place slot, great, correct angulation of rear legs. It's for that dairy strength advantage, being sharper, more open ribbed, a little cleaner in the shoulders area. That 3 is going over 4. Really want to commend the smoothest of blending of our fourth place doeling.
In our recorded grade late junior kid class, first place went to entry 1, Hope Man, Wild Hoof Acres, Ready, Set, Roll, exhibited by Hope Man, Salina, Ohio. Second place to entry 4, Karst Creek Elf Stone, exhibited by Debbie Haberlin, Georgetown, Indiana. And in our AOP early junior kid class, first place went to entry 4, Luby's Pearl, exhibited by Jerry Lubehusen. Second place and highest placing junior went to entry 7, Winds of Way, It's Not Over, exhibited by Jordan LaFoon. Third place to entry 6, Acres of Goats Dandy, exhibited by Tina Spear. And fourth place to entry 5, Lubby's So Unique, exhibited by Jerry Lubehusen.
Check 1, 2.
Well, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so this are early juniors in our recorded grade. I'm going to start off with a pair of does up here at the top of the line, pretty close here between these two individuals. I'm going to go with a nice general appearance strength on this first place doe, blending a little more smoother over the chine area here today. And she is picking up a little in the body capacity as well, with a greater width in the chest and a little greater width between the hocks on the move. Really nice dairy doe here in our second place slot, and want to commend her for that dairy strength she has. It is for that dairy advantage in being sharper, more angular, more open ribbed, a little flatter bone. That 2 is going up over 3. A lot of depth and width throughout on this third place doe, but it's primarily the general appearance with the width between the hocks is keeping 3 over 4. Nice upstanding doe here in our fourth place slot. We're going back to that dairy strength with a little more flatness, a little more openness in ribbing, and a height in the escutcheon area, putting 4 over 5. 5 then going over 6 in advantage for body capacity. She's just wider in the chest, deeper in the heart, and carrying that depth back in the flank a little more than we see in our sixth place doe. 6 over 7, general appearance. Smoother blended over the rump area, a little stronger and smoother of the chine and levelness in the rump and the chine area as well over number 7. And then 7 over 8, again, that dairy strength advantage, open, flat bone doe. I want to commend the width and depth that we have on number 8.
In our recorded grade early junior kid class, first place goes to entry 10, the JMKK Aladar Jade Berry, exhibited by Caitlin Kreider, Danville, Kentucky. Second place to entry 6, Shady Long Kuwait, exhibited by Faith Hitch, Brooksville, Kentucky. Third place to entry 5, Collins Weibel, exhibited by, I am so sorry. Third place to entry 5, Kids and All Mia, exhibited by Collins Weibel, Angola, Indiana. Fourth place to entry 7, Jeff PV Farms Taylor Miracle Matilda, exhibited by Jeff Eckroat. Fifth place to entry 12, the AR Midas Butterscotch, exhibited by Caitlin Kreider. Sixth place to entry 9, PV Farms Taylor Sass Sammy, exhibited by Jeff Eckroat. Seventh place to entry 8, PV Farms Taylor Sass Safari, exhibited by Jeff Eckroat. And 8th place to entry 11, Wildhoof Acres Raccoon, exhibited by Hope Mann.
Okay, so you want to kind of come over that way. We've got this camera back here, and they kind of want to see him. So if you kind of walk towards the young man in the yellow shirt, that'd be great. Okay, yeah, there you go. Okay, so we're starting off here with this sable doe at the top of the line over Oberhausen. Then we got a pair of sables down here in 3 and 4. Going to start off with this doe at the head of the line. She really caught my eye when she came in the ring for that general appearance. Nice level top, lots of length from hooks to pin. She's uphill statured. When you put your hands on her, nice dairy strength as well, primarily for having just a little more. She's a little taller, a little longer and stretchier, and that greater length in the rump area is going to put 1 over 2. This Oberhausen in second place is really nice deep body doe with a lot of width and depth. It is for that body capacity advantage, a little more balanced throughout. That 2 is going up over this third place doe that's, again, another sable with a lot of dairy strength. It is for, again, in her turn, a little greater depth in the heart, a little greater width in the chest floor, and more correctness and angulation in the rear legs and general appearance. That 3 is going up over 4. 4 over 5, again, a really nice pair of does here in our 4th and 5th place slots. We just have a little more openness today on this 4th place doeling. A little taller, a little stretchier doe than we see in number 5. For the general appearance, 5 over 6, and that she's more level in the rump area, on the move as well as at rest. And then our 6th place doe going over the doe behind her. It's a general appearance advantage, a little straighter, stronger and straighter in the foreleg. Again, just a nice openness of ribbing. We want to commend the body capacity we have on our 7th place doe. It is for that nice length of ribbing. Nice high-headed doe with a lot of dairy strength, a long lean neck that she in her turn is placing over the OB right behind her in 8. 8 over 9. Body capacity, she's just wider and deeper and still nice and dairy and open ribbed.
In our AOP Intermediate Kid class, first place goes to entry 8, Cornet's AGM Presley, exhibited by Josh Cornet, Manchester, Kentucky. Second place to entry 13, Winds of Way Keisha, exhibited by Jordan LaFoon, Lafayette, Indiana. Third place to entry 9, Cornet's AGM Pandora, exhibited by Josh Cornet. Fourth place to entry 17, Acres of Goats Madge, exhibited by Tina Spear, Glenwood, Indiana. Fifth place to entry 19, Emma Hutchison. Entry 19, Magic Creek BF Almond Toffee, exhibited by Emma Hutchinson, Ridgely, Maryland. Sixth place to entry 15, Luby's at DAC, exhibited by Madeline Bedell, Evansville, Indiana. Seventh place to entry 12, Evermay FICA, exhibited by Chasney Keller, Walkerton, Indiana. Eighth place to entry 14, Wild Hoof Acres Are You Looking, exhibited by Hope Man, Salina, Ohio. Ninth place to entry 18, Luby's You Did What, exhibited by Jerry Lubehusen. And 10th place to entry 11, Copperline Motley Nikki, exhibited by Jennifer Ellis, Penfield, Illinois.
Okay, these are our recorded grade intermediate kids. Starting off with a doe that I think quite handily tops the class. When you look at the balance that this doeing has, general appearance-wise, just a really nice level top on the move. I really want to commend that levelness in the rump area. When you put your hands on her, she's also really open, flat-boned, and dairy strengthened. She has a nice width and depth to go along with that dairy. I really love the way she's tracking with those both the fore and rear leg sets here as well on the move. Just a similar type doe here in our second place slot, just not quite as dairy, or not quite as long in the rump area, I should say, as the doe ahead of her. But for the advantage of dairy strength, walking a little more level in the chine and loin area. 2 is going up over this nice smooth blended doe standing in 3. She's going to yield a little to the body capacity of our third place doe. Then it is for that body capacity, that greater width and depth throughout. The 3 is going over the nice open rib doe standing in 4. 4 over 5, just a little more sharpness and angulation in the withers area here. Angulation in the rear leg set, sharpness in the withers, and again a nice openness of ribbing is putting 4 over 5. 5 then over 6. More body capacity with a little greater width and depth and length throughout over the doe that's standing behind her in 6. A nice nice general appearance advantage is putting 6 over 7 in that she's walking with more width between the hocks on the move. Just a real nice balanced doe, not the longest, tallest doe, but a really correct doe in general appearance. And again, as that openness and the width between the hocks is putting her over the doe behind her in 6 or 7, 7 over 8. Dairy strength, more openness, ribbing, just a little sharper. I really want to commend the depth of body that we have on this doe behind her, but at the same time, when you put your hands on this big doe, she certainly is a very open rib doe as well, so we're going to commend her for that dairy strength as well. But it is for body primarily that she is placing over the doe that's standing fourth from the end. Little Nubian doe standing over the La Mancha doe behind her, a little more body capacity with a greater length and depth throughout. The La Mancha going over the doe behind her, second from the end for having a little more openness and flatness of bone and dairy strength. And then it is back to the general appearance that's putting the doe second from the end over the doe behind her. Angulation of rear legs, width between the hocks. Want to commend the length of bone that we have on the doe at the end of the line.
In our recorded grade intermediate kid class, first place went to entry 18, the RRS Kyrie, exhibited by Faith Hitch, Brooksville, Kentucky. Second place to entry 21, Prospect Hill Cindy, exhibited by Julie Lucas, Galena, Ohio. Third place to entry 22, Prospect Hill Olivia, also exhibited by Julie Lucas. Fourth place to entry 13, the Marvin Tempest, exhibited by Caitlin Kreider, Danville, Kentucky. Fifth place to entry 20, Luby's Tampa, exhibited by Jerry Lubehusen, Elnora, Indiana. Sixth place to entry 14, Made of Dreams, Drusilla, exhibited by Shane Worthen, Martinsville, Indiana. Seventh place to entry 16, Karsh Creek SV Frozen Frontier, exhibited by Debbie Haberlin, Georgetown, Indiana. Eighth place to entry 15, AC3 Farms Jewel May Bell, exhibited by Anna Kreitz. Ninth place to entry 80, Larkwood Farm Frenzy Jade, exhibited by Rose Patton, Waynetown, Indiana. And 10th place to entry 23, Prospect Hill Rose Petals, exhibited by Julie Lucas.
Okay, it's a big class here. We got our senior kids here, all of the purebreds. Going to start off with an Oberhausen and then go down to a Sable here and then another Obie. And close placing with a number of these does, as you can tell, as I kind of worked this class and kind of did some switching back and forth. But this top doe that started out the line, she just caught my eye when she came in the ring as far as just the way she traveled around the ring and that general appearance. Nice high-headed doe, level in the top line. And then for all that body that she's expressing today, when you put your hands on this doe, she's still open rib, flat bone, nice arch to the escutcheon. So all those things coming together just a little bit more correctly here, a little smoother over that top in general appearance, a little wider in that escutcheon is going to put 1/2. This Sable and Oberhe in third is really a close matchup in my mind between these two does. I'm going to stay with this final placing. I just only have a really nice long lean neck doe, but it's primarily for having a little greater length from hooks to pins in the rump area, a nice width from throw to throw. Pretty much beyond that, they're really right on. They're both dairy, both open ribbed, so we kind of work these either way, but today for that little greater length and rump, a little greater width, 2/3. 3 then over 4, just a real standout doe on the move here in this third place doeling in that she travels really nice and correct over that top line, holds that together a little bit more so than this longer doe behind her, and for that advantage in that general appearance level on top, she is going to go over number 4, yielding to the length of body of 4. 4/5 for the body capacity advantage that she has. She's just a little longer and stretchier doe, a little greater width from thorough to thorough. Over 5 then over 6. We're going back to the general appearance on this placing. She just blends nice and smooth in the neck to the withers, has that nice length in the rump area over number 7. 7/8, again, a doe that's just nice and deep and wide throughout with a little more levelness in the rump. And then as we come on down the line, we're seeing does that maybe aren't showing us quite the overall general appearance, maybe not quite dairy strength, but again, a really nice, or quite as wide between the hocks today on the move, but a really nice, correct class of does right down to the bottom on this doe right here in the end. Thank you very much.
In our AOP senior kid class, first place goes to entry 30, White Rock Farm Tequila Time, exhibited by Katie Jackson, Salvisa, Kentucky. Second place to entry 29, Hala Farm Sandwich, exhibited by Kennedy Gold, Lafayette, Indiana. Third place to entry 22, Luby's AAR Austria, exhibited by Jerry Lubyhusen, Elnora, Indiana. Fourth place to entry 20, White Rock Farm DDM Inception, exhibited by Katie Jackson. Fifth place to entry 23, Luby's AAR Ella, exhibited by Madeline Bedell, Evansville, Indiana. Sixth place to entry 28, Wild Hoof Acres Riley, exhibited by Hope Mann, Salina, Ohio. Seventh place to entry 21, Winds of Way, Y Duchess, exhibited by Jordan LaFoon, Lafayette, Indiana. Eighth place to entry 27, Luby's Addie, exhibited by Madeline Bedell. Ninth place to entry 25, Wild Hoof Acres Pride's River, exhibited by Hope Mann. And 10th place to entry 26, Luby's Adonna, exhibited by Jerry Lubyhusen.
Okay, these are our senior recorded grades here. Starting off with this doe that really, again, travels really correctly in general appearance as she travels around the ring, a little more level in that rump area, then also that openness, ribbing, flatness of bone, but it's primarily for that general appearance strengths that one is going over to, particularly looking at that level top line. Lots of body here and still very nice and dairy on all three of these does at the head of the line here. Then 2 going up over 3, again, just that edge and dairy strength. She's a little more flatter boned, a little more open ribbed. Really want to commend the smoothest bending of this powerful doe standing here in 3rd. Nice uphill stature doe with a beautiful front end assembly. And she's to be granted some body capacity back here. I'd like to see her maybe just a little more open, but for that advantage of that uphill stature, the smoothest of blending and general appearance of neck into withers, and the body that she has, 3 is quite handily going over 4. 4 then over 5, a little closer placing. I'm going to go with the dairy strength, powering up front end assembly with a little more strength in the brisket here is going to put our 4th placed over number 5. 5 over 6, it's a dairy strength advantage in that she's a little more open ribbed. Want to commend the body that we have on our 6th place doe. 6 then going over 7 for that body capacity advantage. And then a close placing between 7 and 8. Just a little more levelness in the rump and general appearance. This placing 7 over the 8th place doe. Commending them both for their dairy strength. Just didn't want to do anything. You're substitute. Okay. There you go, buddy. Okay, so these are our junior yearling class of all of the purebreds. I'm going to start off with this. We've got a pair of does up here at the head of the line. Two really nice, strong does in general appearance. That's just today that's on the move. This first place doe just tends to be a little more level, a little longer, but primarily that levelness over the top on the move is going to put 1/2. Pretty similar type does as far as length of body and bone. It's just that little more level today on the top is going to put 1/2. 2 then over 3 in her turn. She has the advantage of the general appearance as well. Just a little longer bone pattern, but also that levelness and angulation to rear leg set. But also in dairy, just a little more arch. Going to be certainly want to commend the smoothest of blending we have on our third place doe in the shoulders. It is for that little more smoother blended shoulders against the chest wall. That 3 is going up over the doe stand behind her in 4.
In our recorded grade senior kid class, first place went to entry 28, Sunrising Orange Chenille, exhibited by Elena Weaver, Laurelville, Ohio. Second place to entry 27, Sunrising Orange Bombazine, also exhibited by Elena Weaver. Third place to entry 31, West Liberty Farm Sprinkle, exhibited by Mila Boatman, Hahira, Georgia. Fourth place to entry 25, Rosewinds Livingston Zara, exhibited by Alexandria Stewart, Chillicothe, Ohio. Fifth place to entry 30, Westerfield's Holo Rosie, exhibited by Brady Westerfield, Greenview, Illinois. Sixth place to entry 29, Westerfield's Holo Ruby, also exhibited by Brady Westerfield. Seventh place to entry 26, Sunrising Orange Suede, exhibited by Parker Walters, Lafayette, Indiana. And eighth place to entry 24, The Star, exhibited by Bobby Casto, Gay, West Virginia. And in our AOP Dry Junior Yearling class, first place went to entry 31, Luby's Ada, exhibited by Jerry Lubyhusen, Elnora, Indiana. Second place to entry 32, White Rock Farm DDM Evelyn, exhibited by Katie Jackson, Salvisa, Kentucky. Third place to entry 34, Luby's Una, exhibited by Jerry Lubyhusen. And fourth place to entry 33, White Rock Farm DDM Imogene, exhibited by Katie Jackson.
Okay, we do have some life out there. Good. All right. We're here in this junior yearling recorded grades. Going to start off with the doe at the head of the line. Just a really nice doe in general appearance. It was that final line up here, or the final pass, that really kind of had this switch going on. And she just blends more smoothly, neck into withers. Just tends to be a little bit more levelness and rump area. She's going to yield to the dairy strength of the second place doeling. A really nice open rib doe, lots of sharpness and angularity in number 2. It is for that dairy strength. And a little longer, taller, stretchier individual, that too is going up over 3, commending the spring of rib that we have in our third place doeling.
In our recorded grade dry junior yearling class, first place went to entry 34, Luby's Tanya, exhibited by Jerry Lubyhusen, Elnora, Indiana. Second place to entry 33, Spicy, exhibited by Piper Crooks, Danville, Indiana. And third place to entry 32, White Rock Farm Desert Rose, exhibited by Faith Hitch, Brooksville, Kentucky.
Okay, senior yearlings, all of the purebreds, starting off with the doe at the head of the line. Again, just excelling in that general appearance, walking with greater width between the hocks on the move. Then we see a doe stand behind her. Just a lot of height in the ear of the withers as well to go along with that general appearance strings. And a nice openness and ribbing, topping off with a little more flatness of bone and openness of ribbing is putting 1 over 2. 2 then over 3, again for the advantage in general appearance as well. Tracking a little more correctly in the front end, but more importantly, just a little bit more level top line, a little bit higher in the withers, and having a nice body capacity and still lots of dairy strength. 3 then going up over 4 for a body capacity advantage in that she's wider in the chest, wider in the throw, wider from throw to throw, and also just a little more correctness and angulation of rear legs when viewed from the side. 4 then going over 5, it's a dairy strength advantage in that she's a little sharper, more cleaner in the shoulders area with a little more openness of ribbing. And 5 going over 6, the body capacity strength, deeper and wider throughout. 6 then going over 7, back to the general appearance 1 with the angulation of rear legs when viewed from the side. And then a little bit more dairy strength with the smoother blended, longer, leaner neck here, neck into shoulders. Want to commend the body capacity that we have on number 7.
In our AOP Dry Senior Yearling class, first place goes to entry 39, White Rock Farm Starlight, exhibited by Katie Jackson, South Bison, Kentucky. Second place to entry 42, Lubies Out of Africa, exhibited by Jerry Lubehusen, Elnora, Indiana. Third place to entry 37, Lubies You Are Mine, also exhibited by Jerry Lubehusen. Fourth place to entry 41, Lubies AAR Argentina, exhibited by Madeline Bedell. Fifth place to entry 40, Early Rise Acres Paraphrase, also exhibited by Madeline Bedell. Sixth place to entry 38, Oakland View Notorious Reba, exhibited by Emma Hutchison. And seventh place to entry 36, Ever May KBJ Feel It Baby, exhibited by Debbie Haberlin, Georgetown, Indiana. Don't forget that all our reserve champions, they need to go see Bob and have their pictures made this evening.
Okay. Okay, so this is our dry yearlings here in our recorded grade competition. Really close placing here in these top 4 or 5 does. A lot of strength and general appearance, but we're going to go with 1/2 in that she has that advantage in just a little more dairy strength. She's a little more open ribbed, a little cleaner and trimmer throughout, but it's primarily for that nice flatness of bone, a little length in the rump area as well. That's going to put 1/2. Similar type profile does, really nice uphill statured. Again, 2 then going over 3, just holding that level top line a little bit more on the move. And then with a little more arch in the escutcheon and dairy strength is going to put 2 over this 3rd place doe. 3 over and 4, pretty much a pair here. Just having today, in my mind, a little more smoothness of blending in that front end assembly, a little tighter in the shoulders area with a little less movement is going to put 3 over 4, yielding to the body capacity of 4. 4 over 5 in her turn again for that front end assembly, in that she's tracking a little more correctly in the front end with the toes more forward over the white doe that stand behind her in 5. 5 over 6 for dairy strength, in that she's more open ribbed, a little flatter bone doe than this doe right behind her. This is a real correct doe in general appearance in 6th place, just walking really correctly in that front end with those toes forward and just having a little bit more width from thurl to thurl, putting 6 over 7. 7 over 8 for body capacity and angulation of rear legs. 8 over 9, we've got the little greater spring of rib. And body capacity, 9 over 10 for the advantage. Again, showing us a little bit more arch in the escutcheon, a little more width and depth throughout in body. Then as we come on down the line, we're seeing maybe some doelings that aren't showing quite that strength in general appearance, maybe not quite as smooth blended, or having quite the openness of ribbing as the does ahead of them. But a nice grouping of dry yearling recorded grades.
In our recorded grade dry senior yearling class, first place goes to entry 42, West Liberty Farm Sylvie, exhibited by Mila Boatman, Hahira, Georgia. Second place to entry 44, KECMR Planned Chaos, exhibited by Rob Smith, St. Paul, Indiana. Third place to entry 47, Lee's Bees Brighter Sunshine, exhibited by Lee Breyer, Gurley, Alabama. Fourth place to entry 46, Lee's Bees Pioneer, also exhibited by Lee Breyer. Fifth place to entry 45, Summer Days Jackson Aurora, exhibited by Mike Summerlot, Jasper, Indiana. Sixth place to entry 37, Love's Blue Ridge Farm Cassis, exhibited by Brenda Leitner, Pittsboro, Indiana. Seventh place to entry 43, Rose Winds JT Zavala, exhibited by Alexandria Stewart, Chillicothe, Ohio. Eighth place to entry 39, Ellie, exhibited by Megan Casto, Gay, West Virginia. Ninth place to entry 38, Love's Blue Ridge Cassandra, exhibited by Brenda Leitner. And 10th place to entry 41, the JMKK Aladar Ona, exhibited by Caitlin Kreider, Danville, Kentucky.
Okay, so this is our all other purebred lineup here for our junior show. It's been a really nice competitive show here this afternoon with both our all of the purebreds and recorded grade competition in our junior division. This lineup is really, I think, very consistent as far as in type. We've got a lot of those up here that are all strong in general appearance. They're uphill stature, showing a lot of dariness, dairy strength with that sharpness and openness, and then also a nice adequate body capacity given due regard to their age. The doe at the head of the line here, really nice, powerful doe with uphill stature doe. The smooth blended individual here in my junior yearling. Then we have our senior kid, a lot of body capacity and width and depth and strong in general appearance. Senior kid, lots of nice dairy strength, angulation rear legs. The intermediate or the younger kid here, that's second from the end, a lot of body capacity. And then the young junior with a nice openness ribbing. Watching these does here on the move in our younger stock, we'd always kind of go for that general appearance strength as the main category here with the 55 points. And then we're talking about how well they put together, how they move on action, and you can really see it a lot on the move. Watching these animals in individual class and then out here in the lineup. The doe that just kind of came to the top when you put it all together with that strength and general appearance. Nice dairy strength, openness ribbing, and lots of body capacity. The junior yearling that's second from the top will become my junior champion. Congratulations. Just a real beautiful little doe. We're going to take the second one over here. Move her over, place, please. Okay, so now looking at our second place junior yearling coming up here. And again, a really nice doeling in her own right as far as having a nice strength here and dariness. She's open rib, flat bone. Kind of looking a little closer now at both the senior kid here with his little powerhouse and then the dry yearling at the top of the line. I think they're both a really contention for a reserve here, given the strengths they have. Today for having that just a little greater length in the rump area, a nice smoothness of blending in top line. I'm going to go up to the dry yearling at the head of the line, and she'll become a reserve junior champion. Congratulations.
And our junior champion AOP is our dry junior yearling, Luby's Ada, exhibited by Jerry Lubyhusen. Our reserve junior champion is our dry senior yearling, White Rock Farm Starlight, exhibited by Katie Jackson. Congratulations.
Okay, these are our recorded grades, and again, really a beautiful lineup of doelings out here this evening. You've got, again, these does are showing us that strengths that we like to see in the scorecard with the general appearance, their uphill stature, just some really little fine details that kind of separate this group here individually, because I think they're all really nice and strong in many aspects of the scorecard. Kind of looking at this first place line, of course, for our junior champion. Kind of comes out to a couple does that just really are standout individuals in my mind in this lineup. And of course, I'm looking up here at the Sauna at the head of the line, or Sauna type doe. She's just a really powerful individual with a lot of correctness and general appearance. And when you put your hands on her, she's really a nice open rib and flat bone. Also kind of looking at this doe that I think would be my intermediate kid. Is that correct? Intermediate kid, the chocolate colored doe right here. She's just a really strong doe in her own right. Beautiful angulation rear legs, really, again, holding that nice levelness in the top with the dairy strength going with it. And not to take away from the other does out here, but those are the two that kind of really come up to my mind with the total scorecard advantages. Again, comparing those two a little bit deeper in the weeds. Today we're having just that really nice depth back in the flank, that angulation throughout, walking really correctly with the front and rear leg set, beautiful power and still dairy. The doe at the head of the line, my dry yearling, will become my junior champion. Congratulations. Just a beautiful doe. Thank you. Take her off to the side. We're going to bring our second doe over here. Okay, so now we've got our second doe up over here. This is another powerful dry yearling individual. Just a really nice smoothness of blending. And again, kind of looking at this doe, picking up that junior yearling and still kind of coming down here to this senior kid. As we kind of compare these three does here, looking a little bit more tighter here with these individuals. While I really love the body capacity we have on this La Mancha type doe that's come in here second in the dry yearling, I still have to go with this senior kid. She just got the dairy strength, openness of ribbing, and flatness of bone, and the senior kid will become my reserve junior champion today. Congratulations.
In our recorded grade, junior champion was our dry senior yearling, West Liberty Farm Sylvie, exhibited by Mila Boatman. Our reserve junior champion was our intermediate kid, the RRR's Kyrie, exhibited by Faith Hitch. Congratulations.
Okay, so the best three here in our the purebreds. Starting off with a grouping that's just really nice and dairy. It is for that consistency as far as a little more openness of ribbing, a little flatter bone dose, a little smoother blend of neck into withers. Is going to put 1/2, yielding to the length and scale and size here on our second place does. They still aren't giving a whole lot up in the dairy strength and category as well. And it is for that body capacity advantage. It's just a little longer. A little smoother blend of neck into withers grouping wise. 2 is going over 3. 3/4, a little more levelness in the rump area and general appearance, especially width from thorough to thorough. And then 4 going up over 5. That openness ribbing, a little more flatness of bone throughout, and angulation of rear leg set viewed from the side is going to put them in general appearance. Over the group stand behind them in 5.
Brenda Leitner, we need your recorded grade group class entry. Junior best 3 females. Junior best 3 females, Brenda Leitner.
Best 3 recorded grades. We're going to go over with 1/2. We just have, again, a little more arch in the escutcheon here on this first place grouping. When viewed from the rear, that nice smoothest of blending of the front end assembly with the shoulders laid against the chest wall a little bit more smoothly, consistently. Over the group, and 2, want to commend, again, the nice level top that we have on our third place grouping. Second place grouping, excuse me. Okay, so we're going to place them here, not moving. I guess we're going to go with 1 and 2 right here. 1/2 for the advantage of just a little more general appearance here with that correctness and angulation rear legs. Then we're going to go 2. We're jumping down here to 3. Just a little bit more advantage here in the dairy strength category on 2/3. 3 then going over 4, which is the group right here. 3 and 4. Again, just more consistency as far as the little width from thorough to thorough and also a little more uphill stature does. Then 4 going up over 5, which is over here for the advantage in their turn. Just having, again, that body capacity and uphill strength and general appearance. And then 5/6, the group that's third from the end here for the advantage of, again, just more uphill stature does and general appearance. And again, a little more openness and ribbing. Okay, so then down there, and then this is last.
How are you doing today?
Oh, yes. Yeah, right.
Besides sorting Jerry's hose.
Well, okay, so these are our junior get here. 2 different dams represented in each group. Today I'm going to go with the group here on my left as my first place group over the group that's second here. Just a little bit more consistency as that height in the air, the withers, that nice uphill stature, lots of openness and ribbing, but again for that more consistent, higher in the withers, lower in the hips profile, 1 going up over 2. Okay, so we moved into our senior doe show here, and these are our all other purebreds. We have a pair of Oberhauses out here. The udder placements will be 1 and 2. We are going to start 1 over 2 for the advantage of that memory system today. Just shows us a greater extension of foreudder, a little more capacity, a little greater overall area of udder support, and a little bit longer and taller in general appearance as well. I want to commend the body strength as far as that spring of rib, depth back into the flank that we have in our second place doe.
In our AOP yearling milker class, first place and best udder went to entry 49, White Rock Farm Imagine, exhibited by Katie Jackson, Salvisa, Kentucky. Second place and second best udder went to entry 50, Luby's AAR Alice, exhibited by Jerry Lubyhusen, Elnora, Indiana.
Okay, we moved into our recorded grades here, yearling milkers. Other placings are 1 and 2. Starting off with this first place doe, just a really nice, strong uphill stature doe, but in the mammary system, having that greater fullness to rear, a little greater height to rear, a nice extension to 4 is going to put her in first udder over our second place doe. Really, again, for that general appearance. A body, 1 is going over 2. She's going to yield a little to the openness, riveting, and dairy strength that we have in number 2. Okay.
In our recorded grade yearling milker class, first place and best udder went to entry 56, Shady Long KT Treasure Island, exhibited by Faith Hitch, Brooksville, Kentucky. Second place and second best udder to entry 55, Karsh Creek DRK Castorite, exhibited by Debbie Haberlin, Georgetown, Indiana.
Okay, it's our 2-year-old class here of all the purebreds. Going to start off with the first udder here on his first doe. She's going to be first as well. Really nice, strong. It is a doe that could stand some competition and I think still do really well. She has that uphill stature, beautiful dairy strength, and a nice mammary. We're going to take a look at her again a little closer when we do our stack up for our senior champion. Congratulations.
In our AOP 2-year-old class, first place, best udder, went to entry 51, Luby's, Alaska, exhibited by Jerry Lubyhusen.
Okay, the other placings here in this 2-year-old class will be 1 and 2. We're going to start off with this pair of does. We got a couple pair out here. I think in this first grouping, really close placing with this 2 does, but in the mammary we do have that little greater extension of fore udder on this first place doe and a little more width to rear udder as well. We're going to really commend though the height of rear udder that we have on this second place doe. Then combining the whole picture here, a little more uphill stature consistently, 1/2 in the general appearance. A little body capacity certainly goes to the second place doe with that width and depth throughout. 2 then quite handily going over 3 for the advantage that she has in her turn. Just that capacity of memory system and body capacity as well. Certainly want to commend that stature, uphill smoothness of blending of the third place doe. It is for that more balance, levelness from hooks to pins. That 3 is going over 4. Commending that smoothest extension to fore udder on my fourth place doe. Again, udders 1 and 2. Okay.
In our recorded grade 2-year-old class, first place and best udder went to entry 59, Lee's Bees Fight on Fighter, exhibited by Lee Breyer, Gurley, Alabama. Second place and second best udder to entry 61, Love's Blue Ridge Finn Kasana, exhibited by Brenda Leitner, Pittsboro, Indiana. Third place to entry 58, White Rock Farm Dahlia, exhibited by Katie Jackson, Salvisa, Kentucky. And fourth place to White Rock Farm Daffodil, also exhibited by Katie Jackson.
In this class, 3-year-olds are going to start off. Others are 1 and 2. We do have that little greater extension of 400 and the capacity of memory system up here on this first place doe. She also sells in nice level top with smooth blended neck into withers. In the general appearance category, however, she will yield to the tightness in the shoulder area of the second place doe. Just a little less movement here in this doe. Excuse me, a lot of dairy strength as well. It is for the advantage and the balance to the halves of the mammary system. And again, that nice sharpness in the area of the withers in general appearance. The 2 is going to go up over 3. Then at the mammary system advantage, again, for that capacity of mammary system, is going to put my third place doe over my tall upstanding doe stand behind her in 4.
In our AOP 3-year-old class, first place and best udder went to entry 54, Wild Hoof Acres, A Heart's Melody, exhibited by Hope Mann, Salina, Ohio. Second place and second best udder to entry 53, Luby's Priceless, exhibited by Jerry Lubehusen, Elnora, Indiana. Third place to entry 52, Wildhoof Acres VH Monkey, exhibited by Hope Mann. And fourth place to entry 55, Acres of Goats Nighttime, exhibited by Tina Spear, Glenwood, Indiana.
Okay, this is a real nice, outstanding class of three-year-old recorded grades out here. We got a couple of those at three at the top here, particularly outstanding individuals. And it's a close placing up and down the line here, but I'm going to go with this placing as I have them 1/2. We do have, again, other places will be 1 and 2. We have, again, just a little more capacity of memory system on this first place doe. And again, the slight edge in that extension to 4, but it's primarily a little more capacity in the memory is going to put it there in the utter placing. And then also when you look at them in profile, it's a close call, but I feel we have, again, that little longer bone pattern here in this first place doe. And just that with that nice levelness and width from thorough to thorough and hooks to pins, she will go over a very similar type doe standing right behind her, chasing her at the heels here in number 2. 2 then over 3 in her turn. We do have the advantage in mammary system with a little more fullness to rear. Beautiful placement of teat and udder floor when viewed from the back here. A nice delineation of teat from udder floor as well. It is primarily for that a little more capacity and memory system in her turn with a little greater width to rear. That 2 is going over a similar type doe in body here. This Oberhausen colored doe is a really standout individual in her right. Uphill stature, lots of width and depth throughout and body capacity. It is for having a little greater spring of rib, a little greater depth back into the flank, and the levelness in the rump area and general appearance. The 3 is going up over 4, granting some capacity of memory system back here to the white doe in 4. 4 then over 5 for that advantage in that memory system. She just shows that greater capacity of memory system, greater strength of medial. And then 5 going over 6, we have the advantage of general appearance, uphill stature, and clearly the capacity of memory system strength. And just love the dairy strength here. We just wish this doe would have a little more capacity to be in balance with size and scale today. Agreed.
In our recorded grade 3-year-old class, first place, second best udder, went to entry 66, Shady Lawn Ars Kobe, exhibited by Faith Hitch. Second place and best udder went to entry 67, Lee's Bees to the Dreamers, exhibited by Lee Breyer. Third place to entry 64, White Rock Farm Arch Delilah, exhibited by Katie Jackson. Fourth place to entry 63, Tina Spear, Acres of Goats, Bee's Knees, exhibited by Tina Spear. Fifth place to entry 62, PB Farms KT Mojo Lily, exhibited by Jeff Eckroat. And sixth place to entry 65, Last Go Round Farms Aladar Peachberry Pie, exhibited by Caitlin Kreider.
Okay, so udders are 1 and 2. Starting off with a doe that just has that nice balance that has the memory system. Again, a lot of depth of body. These 4-year-olds are really consistent here in the strength of general appearance. But for that advantage of more capacity of memory system, 1 is going over 2. 2 over 3 is a close placing, but I am going to put my second udder on this second place doe in that she has a greater overall area of udder support. I'd like to see a little more balance to both these memory systems here to place any higher. But coupling that with a little bit longer, leaner neck and dairy strength, 2 also excels number 3. Again, the udder placings are 1 and 2.
In our AOP 4-year-old class, first place and best udder goes to entry 58, Wild Hoof Acres Solution Lou, exhibited by Hope Mann, Salina, Ohio. Second place and second best udder goes to entry 57, Luby's You Got It, exhibited by Jerry Lubyhusen, Elnora, Indiana. And third place to entry 56, Wild Hoof Acres Look at Me, exhibited by Hope Mann.
In this 4-year-old class, recorded grade's going to go first udder on first doe, 1, 2 on the memory systems. We have that extension 4 udder here on this doe and a little more capacity of memory system. It's going to put her up over that second place doe. If we look at the total package, we do have that body capacity as well with that greater depth back into the flank here, a nice width throughout. So for the advantage of the memory system capacity as well as body, 1 going up over 2. Congratulations. Udders 1, 2.
In our recorded grade 4-year-old class, first place and best udder went to entry 69, Shady Lawn Farms, Brazil, exhibited by Faith Hitch, Brooksville, Kentucky. Second place and second best udder to entry 68, the D.R. Riker Cedar, exhibited by Caitlin Kreider, Danville, Kentucky.
Okay, so in this age doe class of purebreds, we're gonna all of the purebreds gonna go with the 11-year-old doe over the 6-year-old doe behind her. Again, 11 with 10 freshenings, 6 with 5 freshenings, I believe. Two really nice age does here, but for that advantage, again, just that strong general appearance strength. She's a little longer, just a really nice capacity still with those number of lactations. We are going to yield a little in general appearance to that nice level in the rump area to number 2. Thank you.
In our AOP 5 and over class, first place and best udder went to entry 61, Grand Champion Hoosier Harvest PU Euphoria, exhibited by Jerry Lubehusen. Second place and second best udder to entry 60, Hay Creek Speed Genie, exhibited by Hope Mann.
Okay. It's going to be 1 and 2. 1 and 2.
Okay.
Okay, so in this age doe class recorded grades, we're going to start off with our first place udder on first place doe. Udder placements are 1 and 2. We are going to go with this individual. I feel she has that capacity of mammary system, just a little deeper bodied individual throughout, a beautiful uphill stature with a lot of dairy strength when you put your hands on her. And she's going to top our second place doe. The closest placing here in this class is between the second and third place does. We certainly want to grant the body capacity back here to number 2. It kind of gets back and forth with beyond that. We do have a little more capacity and balance to the mammary systems on the doe that is standing in second place today. And for that advantage of having the balance, the capacity of mammary system, a little greater fullness to rear, a nice dairy strength, she's going to top this doe, which really is a very strong doe in body capacity, clearly a nice uphill stature doe. We'd just like to see her carry more capacity today to be in balance with her body and size and scale. But for the advantage, general appearance-wise, strength of rear pasterns quite handily. She places over the doe stand behind her in 4. We want to grant a little bit of commend the nice smoothest of blending of rear udder here on my fourth place doe.
In our recorded grade 5 and over class, first place and best udder went to entry 76, Lee's Bees Tizza, exhibited by Lee Breyer, Gurley, Alabama. Second place and second best udder to entry 74, Luby's Paisley, exhibited by Jerry Lubyhusen, Elnora, Indiana. Third place to entry 71, Inglesky Cinnabon, exhibited by Faith Hitch, Brooksville, Kentucky. And fourth place to entry 75, Glasgow Round, Dr. Riker Bainberry, exhibited by Caitlin Kreider, Danville, Kentucky.
Okay, so this our dry doe, any age, must have freshened once. Going to start off with this 9-year-old doe at the head of the line, just a really strong doe in general appearance. When you see that level top, she's really strong in dairy strength with nice openness of ribbing, angulation rear legs. Going to top the 7-year-old right behind her for just a little bit more smoother blended shoulders against the chest wall. Then just for that body capacity with a little greater width in the chest floor. A little more correctness as far as the set to rear legs here. That 2 is going over 3. We have a 7-year-old going over the 4-year-old. Behind her, nice dairy strength on the 4-year-old. It is for the advantage of just a little more body, a little greater width from throw to throw. That the 4-year-old is going up over the 2-year-old doe. Then the 2-year-old going up over the age doe behind her for the advantage. Again, just showing us a little more smoothness of blending the neck into withers and a nice little more length in the rump area. We're going to then go 7 over 8 for the body capacity and spring of rib that she has today.
In our AOP dry doe class, first place goes to entry 66, Clisses KPOH Jerusha, exhibited by Stella Deering, Carthage, Indiana. Second place to entry 64, Blue Ridge Lexus, exhibited by Katie Jackson, Salvisa, Kentucky. Third place to entry 59, Cornett's AGD Paisley, exhibited by Josh Cornett. Fourth place to entry 63, Wildhoof Acres Nadia, exhibited by Hope Mann, Salina, Ohio. Fifth place to entry 65, Champion Acres of Goats Mist, exhibited by Tina Spear, Glenwood, Indiana. And sixth place to entry 62, Dreamy Sunset Nor'easter, exhibited by Shane Warthen, Martinsville, Indiana.
Okay, so in this dry doe, freshened once, any age. Starting off with the doe, we have a 7-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 3-year-old, excuse me, another 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old out here. Going to start off with the tog up here, or the tog cross, excuse me, at the head of the line. The 7-year-old doe, just a little wider from throw to throw. She has a really nice correct angulation and walking with a little greater width between those rear legs as well. And then that age of maturity with 4 more years under her belt, still strong on those legs and feet. She's going to top over this nice, tall, upstanding La Mancha Cross doe stand behind her, the 3-year-old and 2. 2 then over 3 for that general appearance advantage. She's just walking with more correctness on those legs, angulation viewed from the side as well as width between the hocks, and a little more dairy strength overall. Of the 3-year-old stand behind her in 3rd. 3 then over 4, again another general appearance advantage with the angulation rear leg set. 4 then over 5, we have the body capacity, age and maturity, width and depth in the front chest floor. We're going to yield a little to the angulation rear legs of number 5.
I just want to remind all our exhibitors this evening that for the North American, we show for an overall grand and reserve. So we have to have those junior champion animals back in the ring here shortly. We'll need your junior champions back as well. Junior champion and reserve junior champion. In our recorded grade dry doe class, first place went to entry 82. Zada Harrisburg Beauty, exhibited by Zoe Norwood, New Cumberland, West Virginia. Second place to entry 78, KECMRF Confusion, exhibited by Rob Smith, St. Paul, Indiana. Third place to entry 79, Summer Days Chaz's Cindy, exhibited by Jeff Eckroat, Akron, Indiana. Fourth place to entry 81, Meraki Zahava, exhibited by Alexandria Stewart, Chillicothe, Ohio. And fifth place to entry 77, 1 in a Million Dakota, exhibited by Renee Bernowski, Land O'Lakes, Florida.
Okay, so this is our lineup for our senior champion. Excuse me, I'll get it right. Senior champion. These are our all other purebreds, and we're starting off here with this lineup. We have this age doe at the head of the line. Actually, the age dry doe, I should say. She's 9 years old. Again, beautiful general appearance doe, uphill stature, really strong in general appearance throughout. And she came up with that aged with the dry doe competition. Then from our age doe division, we have 11-year-old that she's freshened 10 times. And again, really strong as far as on those legs and feet, and a nice showing of spring of rib here. And then our, 4-year-old doe, again, strong in dairy strength, nice memory system as well, and a really nice depth in ribbing. The 3-year-old second freshener, beautiful udder, with a nice height and width throughout, and a nice uphill stature as she travels around the ring. 3-year-old second freshener. Then a 2-year-old first freshener, lots of length of body. And again, a nice angulation of rear legs. And then our yearling first freshener, a nice dairy strength. Having viewed these animals in their individual competition classes and now seeing them out here, the doe that just really excels today in having a beautiful memory system with an extension to 4. She travels around the ring, a really uphill stature doe, nice depth of body throughout. And again, a nice long lean neck. And my senior champion in all other purebreds will be the 3-year-old second freshener right ahead of me. Congratulations. Going to take her off to the side. We'll bring our second place doe over, please. As we kind of now compare the lineup here as we've brought over our second place 3-year-old doe. She's, again, a nice deep-bodied individual with a lot of length. The doe that came closest in my mind to being the champion or the senior champion today for that nice capacity of memory system, depth of body. And the doe out here that's going to become my reserve will be the 4-year-old doe right ahead of me. She'll be reserve champion today. Congratulations.
And our AOP senior champion is our 3-year-old Wild Hoof Acres, A Heart's Melody, exhibited by Hope Mann. Our reserve senior champion is our 4-year-old Wild Hoof Acres, Solution Lou, also exhibited by Hope Mann. Congratulations.
Okay, this is my lineup for our senior champion quarter grade. We have six really nice does out here. Starting off with this dry doe here, 7 years old. Beautiful general appearance on this individual. She has a lot of spring of rib as well, and just a real nice, outstanding doe out here in the dry class. Then from our age does, we have a 7-year-old, 6 freshener milking through since last year. Beautiful uphill stature doe. She travels around the ring. And a very well attached memory system with a particularly nice extension to 4. We have the 4-year-old, 4th freshener right behind her. A lot of width from thurl to thurl, and also a lot of width in that memory system with, again, in her turn, a nice extension to 4. A lot of power in that front end, and still really dairy doe. Then the 3-year-old 3rd freshener, again, a very nice, correct general appearance doe. Lots of depth, body capacity, as well as a nice height to rear udder. 2-year-old doe, really smooth blended front end assembly on this doe in general appearance with, again, in her turn, a nice extension to 4 and height to rear. And then our yearling 1st freshener, certainly a doe that's just kind of come right along here where we like to see her as a yearling 1st freshener. Nice memory system, just really hard to compete in the lineup of such powerful does ahead of her. As we look at this lineup kind of a little closer, comparing the those that are in milk right now, we're looking at this 7-year-old with that 6 lactation, extended lactation, and then looking now at this 4-year-old doe with 4 freshenings. Again, they seem to be the two today that are just really very strong in all the areas of the scorecard, and in a close placing today. I'm going to go with the doe that just has that really powerful front end assembly, a lot of width from thurl to thurl, and again, that overall width to rear udder attachment as well. And my champion today will be the 4-year-old doe right ahead of me. Going to bring this doe, the second to her, over now, please. This was a really nice dairy doe here. I think quite handily, I just have to jump up that notch. That beautiful 7-year-old, 6 lactations doe for that extension to 4. Beautiful depth. She's going to become my reserve quarter grade champion today.
And in our recorded grades, our senior champion was our 4-year-old Shady Lawn FF Brazilla, exhibited by Faith Hitch. Our reserve senior champion, that cannot. Okay, I think we have a correction. We will get back with you. And our reserve senior champion was our 5 and over Lee's Beast Tizza, exhibited by Lee Breyer. Congratulations.
Okay, this is our lineup for overall grand champion here in all the purebreds class this afternoon. We have now brought out our senior champion reserve, our junior champion reserve. Down here in this junior division, 2 really nice does here with a lot of correctness and general appearance as noted in their respective classes. But we do have 2 older does out here that are showing us the full components with memory systems intact and very strong memories at that. So today I'm going to stay with that senior division. The 3-year-old is going to become my overall grand champion. And then I'm going to move over there to the doe right behind her, and she's going to become my reserve overall grand champion. And we're going to wish these 2 young does all the best as they freshen here. Congratulations.
And our grand champion AOP is Wild Hoof Acres, A Heart's Melody, exhibited by Hope Mann. Our reserve grand champion is Wild Hoof Acres, Solution Lou, also exhibited by Hope Mann. Congratulations.
Okay, so here we are with our recorded grade overall grand champion. We got our junior champion and reserve out here, as well as our grand and reserve grand senior champions. Again, 4 really beautiful does in their own divisions here. Certainly, I believe that this younger does here, very good representatives of the recorded grade division. When you see that nice correctness in general appearance, we wish them all the best as they continue to mature, but they're kind of against those that have everything intact here. And I'm going to stay up here in the senior division. My 4-year-old is going to become my overall grand champion, a little greater width to rear udder and a nice dairy strength throughout. He's going to put her over my older doe right behind her. That will be my reserve. Congratulations to both these age does. They're really nice, strong individuals. Congratulations.
And our grand champion recorded grade is Shady Lawn Farm FF Brazilla, exhibited by Faith Hitch. Our reserve grand champion is Lee's Bees Tizza, exhibited by Lee Breyer. Congratulations.
Okay, this is for best udder. We have a 11-year-old, 10 freshenings, and then we have a 4-year-old third freshening, 3-year-old second freshening, 2-year-old first freshener, and a yearling first freshener. 5 really beautiful does out here in competition for best udder, but the doe that just has that extension to 4 capacity, beautiful placement of cheated udder floor, the best udder of this particular division will become my 3-year-old second freshener right ahead of me, and she will be best udder of breed as well. Congratulations. 3-year-old. We need our second place 3-year-old. That was from all other purebreds, please. Second place 3-year-old, please come in the ring for udder place, reserve udder competition. I'm going to put her right there in the middle. Over here, over here. Where the other one was taken out. Okay, so we have our second place doe out here. Again, a little closer placing here between these does. I really like the memory systems we have in each one of these does, especially given due regard to their ages. That little yearling certainly is a well balanced doe, just like to see her coming in a little more capacity. But again, certainly to be commended, the nice texture of that 2-year-old. But looking at these older does right here, the one that still comes in with that capacity, overall area of support, my reserve best udder will be the second place 3-year-old, and she'll be reserve best udder of breed. Congratulations.
Our best uttered AOP goes to our 3-year-old, Wild Hoof Acres, A Heart's Melody, exhibited by Hope Mann. Our second best uttered AOP goes to our second place 3-year-old, Luby's Priceless, exhibited by Jerry Lubyhusen, Elnora, Indiana. Congratulations.
Okay, okay, this is our lineup for best udder of breed here on our recorded grades. Um, 7-year-old, fifth freshener, milking through since last year here at the age doe class. Really nice placement of teat and udder floor and strength of medial. The 4-year-old, fourth freshener, June. A lot of capacity and width of rear udder, and again, nice strength of medial. An extension to 4, the 3-year-old, third freshener. A really nice texture to mammary system, beautiful placement of teat and udder floor. The 2-year-old, first freshener, of the capacity of mammary system on this doe, just kind of starting here. But again, really strong udder doe, and the same with the yearling. Kind of looking up a little closer here at these two age does, the 7-year-old and the 4-year-old doe, and I certainly admire the qualities of both these individuals. Today, when you put your hands on these does for the overall area of udder support, particularly in the lats, and then also the width to rear udder and the capacity throughout, I am going to go to the 4-year-old doe, and she'll become my best udder of breed today. Congratulations. We'll take her off to the side. We need our second place 4-year-old doe. Second place, 4-year-old. Okay, bringing our second place doe out here. Again, a really nice dairy doe, just not quite the capacity of memory system we have on the does on either side of her today. As we look at the individuals, the doe that was really close in my mind throughout the competition with that 4-year-old and the doe that will become my reserve best udder of breed is that 7-year-old doe right ahead of her. Beautiful individual. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is our lineup for dairy herd. Two really nice dairy herds out here today. It's been a really nice, strong show throughout in our all other purebreds. For having just that advantage in that overall capacity of mammary system, a little more consistent with age. When we have a spread here, a little tighter in that spread, and then the capacity of mammary system is going to go 1/2. We have a single entry here, and this dairy herd that could stand some competition. I think it still do extremely well when you look at those memory systems, the general appearance on these does all the way across the line. Obviously, first place blue ribbon, and congratulations, 4 beautiful does out here. Good job. Senior 3. Okay, these are best 3. I'm going to go here 1 and 2. We have the advantage of this memory system consistently on this group over on my right. A little nice width and rear outer here, and a nice width from thurl to thurl. 1, 2. Best three here, recorded grades. We're going to go ahead and place this grouping. Some really beautiful animals out here. It's been a nice show. Going to start off with this group right ahead of me. They'll be first place, 1, and they're going to go over the group on my far right as 2. We do have that advantage today in 1 over 2 with just that the age, but also that nice capacity of memory system throughout. Nice strength of medials on this grouping of trio. So it's 1 over 2 down here at the end. And then our second place group going up over the group down on the far side here for that advantage in their turn, just having a little bit more overall area of utter support and that nice consistent strength of medial suspensory ligament is going to put 2 then over this 3 over here in the far end, the Oberhausley group. 3 then going over 4, which is the group right over here. Primarily, we got the advantage in general appearance. They're stronger in those legs and feet all around and having a nice strength of medial as well over the 4th place group. And want to commend the dairy strength of number 4.
All right, before you all leave the ring, I want to announce our premier exhibitor and premier breeder of our recorded grade show. And this year, both of those awards are going to go to Miss Faith Hitch from Brooksville, Kentucky. Congratulations.
Okay, so this is produce. I'm going to go over here with these 2 does that are in the milk. We have nice capacity of mammary systems here, even though same sire, same dam, they're really nice and strong in dairy, and we do have that evidence of production on these does. So 1 over 2, commending the mammary that we have on the milking doe here in this second place grouping.
I would like to take this opportunity to recognize our premier breeder and premier exhibitor of our AOP show this year. Both of those awards are going to go to Jerry Lubehusen from Elnora, Indiana. Congratulations.
Okay. Okay, so how many different styles are you going to have in your group? They're the same. They're twins. Okay, same thing. Well, you know something else like this. All my sets of twins, that's how they are.
Yeah.
Okay? And,
They're both 2 years old.
how about this group?
Sire twin there.
Okay, here.
Two different sires.
Okay. Okay, in this placing produce here, we're going to go with the group on the far side here is 1. Just a really nice capacity of memory and nice general appearance strengths. So we're going to go 1. A close placing here between my second and third place groups, but I'm going to jump down here to this group over here with the 1 milker. We just have, again, the stronger general appearance. So this is 2 down here. 2 then going over the group here in the middle is 3.